Well, I thought we played really well in the first half. Had the advantage of watching LSU win their first two games over Vanderbilt and Texas A&M, and then coming in just prior to the game, we heard the final of the Kentucky-Texas A&M game, and the LSU win at Texas A&M obviously speaks volumes about what kind of job Matt's done and how good that team is, and just how good the league is, obviously. So the ability to get excited about playing every night, I thought we did fairly well. I thought we played good basketball in the first half. We shot it well. We turned them over, and then in the second half, obviously, on the lead, we didn't play nearly as well. We only turned them over, I think, 3 or 4 times in the second half. We sent them to the foul line way too much, and then up 28 with 11:34. We only had 3 assists the rest of the way. So it was a little bit of an opportunity to kind of, I can go ahead and get mine a little bit, and I'm going to take the first inside-out shot, and I'm going to take the first shot. And that's one of the great challenges of playing 10 guys is nobody's going to be putting up big numbers when you're playing 10 guys on a regular basis. So it does kind of creep in there. They go home, they hear it from their parents, they hear it from their family. Why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? And we know why in our locker room. And so that's something that we can't be distraction. We had a wonderful, wonderful announcement tonight in our locker room. Carter Sabera earned a scholarship. The celebration will be out on social media momentarily. But I've almost always, I think maybe always, but almost always, put 12 guys on scholarship. Played 10 or 11. Just don't like having guys on scholarship that aren't playing. Sometimes it happens. It allows me to be honest in recruiting and try to recruit the right way, and not have a bunch of guys sit on my bench that I promised minutes and roles to that I could not deliver, just to make sure that we had enough in case we get an injury or things like that. The fact that I also can have a scout team made up of Jalen Harper, Blake, Carter, P, Hasty Cakes, AD is on scholarship, and he's part of it as a 5-man. Every now and then, Lior goes down there and helps them. So getting ready for LSU, I don't have to go best on best, and I think that really helps us lock into our scouts and execute. Ira Bowman, Coach Burgomaster had the scout tonight. I thought they both did an outstanding job.
Mike?
Coach, throughout that 21-2 run that LSU went on, you didn't call a timeout there. You just kind of let the guys play through it. Can you talk about the strategy behind that and what you were looking for from your team?
Well, part of it is, I don't want to call timeout, let them rest, and let Matt get a hold of him and let him rest his guys in the sense that if Will Baker played 28, Jordan Wright played 36. I thought that we did a really nice job on Cook, but he had 0 assists and 5 turnovers. He did a great job. Denver Jones has locked in the last 2 guards he has faced. Denver Jones has played against, Taylor and Cook. Cook had 28, I think, against A&M. Denver's not scoring. Could have been against Vanderbilt, but it was on those 2 schools. Denver's not getting a lot of shots. We need to get Denver Jones more shots. We need to do more from offensively. I'll tell you what. You talk about locking in. So therefore, if Jordan Wright's going to play 36 minutes, I'm not going to call timeout. Let him rest.
Bruce, they had 17 turnovers, 16 steals. It's the most y'all have had in an SEC game in 4 years. Just what was the key to getting the ball out from them and turning those into points? Because you had a lot of those.
Just have Chad Baker on the floor, and that's 3 or 4 before you even get started, right? Just Chad's length and his IQ, and he's a problem out there. He can do so versatile offensively. The fact that he knocked down 3 threes tonight, shot a good percentage. I trust him as a playmaker, and obviously trust him defensively, and he does all that, but he did manage to he got 27 minutes tonight. That might be Chad's high, I think, in minutes played, but he's earned it, and LSU does turn it over. They do turn it over some. Like they force you into 15, 16. They themselves turn over 12 or 13. So they are a team that we knew we could turn over.
Bruce Aiden said that was pretty much the reason y'all won the game was the bench coming off and giving you the spark early, giving you the spark late. I guess just how much does that help your game planning throughout the 40 minutes to have the ability for them on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's getting really obvious that our second group coming in is really effective defensively and turning people over and creating, and playing with a different level of effort, energy, and effectiveness. Now, part of it is when that group comes in, the other team's starters are still in there, and they're fresh and furious, and they're able to make plays. That's part of what we try to do.
Bruce, back here. Bruce, Coach. One thing I noticed tonight is that more often than normal is every time this team hit a big shot, they played to the crowd, and the crowd gave them the energy that really almost helped create that big gap in the first half. What can you say about this crowd, this energy, and how the players feed off of it?
I mean, the crowd was great. It always is. I like the guys to have fun. I don't mind them celebrating. They celebrate more than I do because I'm older. But I want them playing with passion. I want them having fun. I coach them hard. I work them hard. I have high expectations for them. I want them to have joy in the game. And obviously they really do respond to our crowd. At the same time, I want it to be sportsmanlike.
Ryan.
Coach, when you talk about Chad and what he was able to do defensively, he mentioned tonight that he feels really confident in the team, and he feels like the teamwork defensively and on the court is something that is exciting for him and is really developing. Where do you see that right now, and how excited are you for where it's going?
Well, I mean, and that can be infectious on the team. Like, how about some of the athletic plays Chaney Johnson made tonight? I mean, Chaney Johnson flying around out there. Obviously, KD is a problem. Dylan is such a great defender, protecting the rim and physically and doing it without getting fouled. So that group does take a great deal of pride, and as a result, their plus minus. If you look at it, Chad's plus 24, KD's plus 23. Doing it on both ends.
Bruce, we've talked about this before, but what is it about this team that when you can go from a single to two possession ball game and all of a sudden within a minute or two, it's 12 to 15 point lead for your guys?
Well, we press and we do some things that we try to wear people down a little bit, and we're, defense, you could be defensive about something like, not very offensive, not very defensive, or you could try to dictate. You could try with your defense to make it really hard to run your stuff. And that's what we try to do. And the guys recognize that they're going to be able to create some offense from their defense, and that's where your transition comes in. And so you get rewarded by making plays on the defensive end.
Hey, Bruce, I think you passed Cliff Ellis for second place all time on the win list here at Auburn. What does that mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me because history means a lot to me. It doesn't mean as much to me personally as it does for me and my staff, But I would be lying if I didn't say that stuff that matters, because I talk about our team and our program and trying to hold up our end, so on and so forth. I know also right now that we're probably going to continue to move in the rankings because it's conference play and people are going to lose. I don't think we're the 16th best team in the country right now. I think there are more than 16 teams better than we are. We were better than what they thought. We are better than what they thought. But we're not as good as they now think we are. That's pretty good.
Bruce, you guys, 87% from the line. You shot 31 free throws in this game. This is on pace to be your best free throw shooting team in a while here. Just, how much is this crew specifically worked on being a good free throw shooting team, and how much have you seen that kind of hard work pay off for them?
You got to give all the credit goes to the players, all of it. And the fact that my 5 men, the key to being, your guards are going to be great free throw shooters. The fact that Dylan and Janai are shooting the percentage that they're shooting, that's all the difference. And you're right; those guys have spent tireless hours in the gym.
Last question, Mike.
Coach, since you've been a coach at Auburn, 3 other times you've started SEC play 3-0, and you've gone on to win 25 or more games. What is it about getting a fast start in the SEC that allows you to, win the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, I could go. Well, we played 2 of the 3 games at home. We did beat 2 of the top 5 teams preseason. I think both Texas A&M and Arkansas were preseason top 5. But a lot has to do with just the schedule and where they fall. So we just got to continue to take it one at a time, and game plan, and stay humble and stay hungry.